Back, everybody. It's 9:21, and it's time for Ask the Expert. Our good friend Mike Pilon is here from Romantic Fireplaces and BBQs. Of course, this is the time of year you want to get your fireplace all ready to go for the winter months. We'll have information on that and certainly answers to your questions in that area. And if you want to continue barbecuing like a lot of people do right through the winter, we've got answers to your questions about that as well. There's the information to get in touch with. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Kurt. How are you doing this morning?
Friend?
Good.
We got the fire on already here.
Well, we're starting to warm things up, yeah.
Yes. This is beautiful, by the way.
Well, that's a new product we just brought in. It's an electric fireplace, and I think it's just to show people that if you're in a condominium, you're in an apartment, you've got a small den or a bedroom or bathroom, this is a contemporary, design. So it kind of a little bit retro, I guess, as well. So something neat, but you know what? Spins around. You can move it around the room. You have heat, so if you're looking for something to get that little bit of a blast instantly, you can do that, and we have lots and lots more. So anyway, something small.
I think it looks awesome.
It's a great little fireplace.
Yeah. You've also brought along a little display over there this morning that a lot of people can relate to, because this is usually the material that people would find around their fireplace, right?
That's right.
What is that stuff, by the way?
Well, this is the beautiful polished brass, so it's absolutely gorgeous. I know everybody seems to love it on their fireplace.
Anybody who had a fireplace built in the 70s, 80s, even into the 90s,
that's right,
might have this surrounding their fireplace.
That's exactly that. You hit the nail on the head, Kurt. It was back in the 70s and 80s, and pretty much every fireplace had polished brass, or they had this antique brass trim over here. The brushed brass, the older look. So,
yeah. The good news is you can change that.
Well, that's the thing. People come into us every day for refacing a fireplace, and we're happy to do that. We can put a wood mantle, a concrete mantle, stone or glass, or a lot of different things. But if somebody comes in and says, listen, Mike, I don't have a lot of money and I really want to get this thing retrofitted for an economical amount, well, you know what? You take your parts to us, we can paint it, or we have paints like we've done in the display. This is an old hood off an old fireplace that we took off. They didn't put it back on. We refaced and we painted it with a pewter, a warm brown, and a black. And look at the difference and how that changes the look of that fireplace.
It immediately modernizes the frame of the fireplace.
Instantly.
Right? Just like that.
Just like that.
It's economical, like you say, for people who want to change that
That's
look
right. Yeah.
and don't have a lot of cash to do it. Now, you can take what's there and really do it up in a bigger way, right? With some wood put in there. And
well, that's it. So if that point, say they're looking at, say, listen, no, we want to change everything. We want tile, we want granite, we want stone or whatever. We want to reface. So then I've just brought a simple beam in this morning, but it can be as simple as a beam, or it could be something very elegant with a very custom mantle that we would design around the fireplace. And I'll even design stuff that we don't have. So if a customer sends me a picture out of a beautiful design magazine, Kurt, I'll recreate and we'll build that for them too. That's one of the things that we can do.
I would guess that in a lot of cases, Mike, fireplaces are done differently in a lot of homes. So you run into unique situations when it comes to fireplaces that have been put in homes, be that 35 years ago or 15 years ago, whatever the case.
Right.
And oftentimes you've got to work around a situation that other people created in the design of the place.
Well, that's it.
Right?
Well, I think an example of that, and we have the picture on the website, one we did in the Glebe just recently. So it was an old, it was a century home. And we refaced and rebuilt the whole thing and really brought that fireplace that matched the house, Rockcliffe Park. So we're doing all kinds of different fireplaces. So, but it really is, change it, make it look the way you want it to look, whether it's contemporary or to a traditional design.
The beauty of it is, Mike, once you've got that fireplace, the hearth itself.
That's right.
Right? No matter what has taken place outside of it, in the way it's decorated or framed, or if there's brick or what have you, you can start from scratch because you have the basic hearth there, right?
That's it, yeah. There are fireplaces there, and a lot of it is recovering or refacing, the brick, as you just mentioned. People are tired of the red brick, the old traditional look. So we can reface it, cover that with cement board, and give it a modern look by putting a stainless steel beam and some glass around it. So there's really a lot of stuff you can do.
People may be wondering as well at this time of year what they should be doing with their fireplaces when it comes to getting it ready for the winter months and certainly more usage.
Yeah.
So we can explore that. If you've got questions about that, be more than happy to answer those. But give us a call. There's the telephone number you'll see on your screen in a second. That'll enable you to talk to Mike and get the answers to your questions. 613-789-6559, extension 2803. You can also email us, ottawa.morning@ctv.ca, or Facebook CTV Ottawa Morning Live. Simple as that. Get your questions in for Mike Pilon from Romantic Fireplaces and BBQs. We'll be back with more of Ask the Expert after this.